Hey Design, I'm here to tell you how to set up your Canva poster, your type poster. Okay, so I'm actually going to start off with Google Docs. So remember that you did the assignment last week called Typography Copy for Type Poster. And so I want to open that here, and this you should just look at to make sure that you're adding all the information. Okay, I'm actually using Viviana's. This is the one that she submitted. And I actually like, you know how I made the little table for you below? So you type, you put in the name and the designer and the historic information. So that's what I wanted you to fill out. But I also like how at the top, she also decided to include that information so that you could do that and then you could just copy and paste some of these things. So I just wanted to point out that in the Google Doc, I can select, I'm going to point at what I want to select. And then, you get this little blue bar with these little crazy blue circles and lines. And I'm going to click and drag the right one down and click and drag the left one up. And I'm going to say copy. Okay. So now I'm going to go to Canva and I'm going to say create a design. Now you might have already actually made this last week because I told you to start it when you were picking out your font. So when you go to here where it says PX, you want to change that to inches, and you're going to do 11 inches by 17 inches. So this is poster size, and this is the biggest sheet of paper that we could print in our color laser printer. So I'm going to hit create new design. All right, and then I'm going to go to where it says text. All right, so notice that there's already a set hierarchy here. So it's called heading, subheading, body text. All right, so there is already this hierarchy created in text. Okay, a heading is usually described as the largest text on the page. Subheading might be, some more important information or explaining about what we're going to read. And then you usually have the body text size that is usually, when there's a lot of text and it's not as significant. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select the add a little bit of body text. All right, and so it says it right there. And I'm actually going to hit delete. And then I'm going to select... Oop, I'm going to undo. It's not letting me. Okay, yeah. All right, and there we go. So I'm going to hit paste. Okay, and then it accidentally... Oh, because I'm recording myself, it's not working really well. We'll try this again. It's like not recognizing my tap this time just because I'm demonstrating for you guys. Okay. The only problem with... Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to delete. And then it's going to let me tap. Okay. And then paste. And then notice that I got a little bit of this one. So I'm going to delete that. Okay. There we go. So notice though, don't forget that this is my paragraph. It let me put it in this text box. Now notice on the right and the left, there's these two little white bars. That lets you kind of click and drag in and out, like how wide you want it to be. And then if you go click and drag from the corners, you can drag it in and out. And notice that it's actually changing the size of the typeface. You can see that at the top right there. So this isn't the right font though, right? Like I have to use the Merriweather font in the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to go to where it says Open Sans Light, and I'm actually going to type in Merriweather, and it's going to pop up. And then I actually am going to leave that there because it's really nice when I'm like adding my other text, I just continue to hit Merriweather to add that. All right, now I wanted to make note that when you're designing, you're only looking at it at 31%. So I'm going to go to 31%. And I'm going to say 100%. This is what it would look like. Now, that's really big type. So I actually recommend, I'm going to hit fit, that you actually make your paragraph font about 12. Okay, like 8's too small, 10's kind of small. And this is how big a paragraph of type should be on this size document, 11 by 17. So it's twice the size of an 8.5 by 11. And I know it looks small, but you have to think that, you're looking at it at 31%. Okay. So this is how you copy and paste everything into it. So I'm actually going to go to File, and then I just wanted you to notice that they changed the way that you actually name your files here. So you actually have to go to File and hit the pencil, and then this is where you can name it first name, last name, and then it's going to be called Type Poster. And then today's date, and I'm going to purposely do the wrong date because I already saved this once. And then I'm going to hit it again to make sure that it did save, and then hit save. All right, I'm actually going to go back home, and I'm going to go to recent designs just to show you that I already put all the information in there, and I didn't want you to watch me to do all that, okay? So I have the paragraph about the font. I have all the uppercase, the lowercase, the designer, the year it was created, the name of the font. I have the numbers and then the special characters. So the special characters are all the ones that are above the numbers, and I added a couple more special characters that we have on our keyboard. Okay. So now you have all the information, and you might have our hierarchy already. Now you actually have to do the designing. So now you get to choose, okay? Maybe you choose one of these special characters, and you can do what I did here, which is, I made it enlarged. So you could do here, let me go to text, and I'm going to go to add header. And I'm glad I'm doing this on the iPad so you can see that we both have the same struggles. I'm going to make sure that it's Merriweather. And here I'm just going to put a special character. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, there's so many good ones. I kind of like that I actually typed it out, and then I was more attractive to the asterisk. I kind of like the pound sign. Or the hashtag for you guys, all right? And notice that you could click and drag to make it smaller from the corner, or you could select it, and again, it has to be all blue. You can come up to here where it says 160, and you could actually type in, maybe I want it to be like 700 or something like that. And it's okay if things come off the page. And just notice that there's like this little, when you have an object, you might see these arrows that it looks like a cross with arrows. You can actually click and drag that. That actually helps you move information. And so then you're going to add these. Oh, and I lost it. It's completely gone. So let me go back. There we go. And also the arrows in the circle. So remember, you could actually like rotate some things too. So I just wanted to give you those hints. So now you have to decide, where am I going to put the information? How big is the text going to be? I highly recommend that your first poster is black, white, and then gray. And if you want to change the color of anything, where there's this A with the rainbow, you can find different shades of gray here. Okay. Or you could actually go to new color, and you can actually pick, the gray that you want from there too. If you don't like, if you want a bigger range of gray. And so now it's all your choices. So again, my recommendations is make sure that your paragraph type is about 12-point font. And then the other sizes are totally up to you. And then those are the elements that have to be on here, but now you have to design it. Like, now you get to apply contrast, and if you want to do color and stuff like that. So as you can imagine, you're going to do your first kind of rough draft of your poster. And then what we're going to do next week is I can go right above where the asterisk is, and I can hit the double, like duplicate. And what you're going to do is duplicate it, and then you're going to use the same information. I'm going to ask you to do a different layout with color. Okay, and I'm going to have you do another one, and the same idea where you're going to duplicate it. And then what you're going to have is it's the poster with all the same information, but you're going to have 3 different layouts. The first one, black, white, and gray. And then the second 2 are going to be different color schemes. So you just get to practice that. I can use the same text, but I can choose different methods, size, color, value, all those, alignment, all those different things that we talked about in visual hierarchy. And then don't forget to say file and then save. And then you're going to save as an image when you're all complete. And then you'll upload, you're just doing that one. I was just going ahead and showing you that what we're going to do in the future weeks.